Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the town of Oyster Bay Ice Skating Center here in Bethpage, New York. It's time for the New York Islanders High School Hockey League season to get underway at the varsity level. 2 games for you here tonight in Bethpage. Good evening once again. I'm Brady Campbell, joined alongside Rowan Lonick on the board. And on camera, Sam Musnick, Gabe Takuri operating our socials here tonight. Warm-ups are underway between the Plainview-Old, Bethpage, Island Trees, Hawks, and the Massapequa Chiefs. Take a look at last season for the Hawks, 5-11-0-0, 10 points on the year, 8th place, negative 28 goal differential. It was a bit of a rough season. They did miss the playoffs, but they do have 16 returning players, just 2 new players joining the show, Chase Gindy and Vincenzo Papiandria. And it looks like in the start tonight will be Udit Surrey, number 35. And they'll turn to him as it appears they have a short bench tonight. Not too many players taking warm-ups. More on that in a little bit. For the Chiefs, obviously a very difficult season last year. 2-13-0-1, 5 points, 8th place, negative 65 goal differential. They did miss the playoffs. They do have 9 returning players this year, 16 new players. Of course, though, the most difficult point of last season, they're all wearing the number 37 patch in honor of Connor Kaysen. Of course, tragically lost his life almost a year ago, and the Chiefs will certainly be playing with heavy hearts here tonight as they look to play this season for Connor. Watching down, smiling on his Chiefs, hoping that they could get off to a good start here tonight. And it should be a good matchup. The Hawks and the Chiefs, warm-ups just concluding. We'll have puck drop momentarily after the national anthem. We'll be right back for puck drop between the Hawks and the Chiefs here on LI Sports Network. And we're back, just about set for puck drop here on LI Sports Network between the Hawks and the Chiefs. Brady Campbell with you again. Starting goalies for the Hawks, number 35, Udit Surrey. On the other end, number 31, Jack Pineda for Massapequa. As the puck's down, we are underway. Plainview-Old, Bethpage in the road blues. On the other side, Massapequa, the home team tonight in the home whites. Their jerseys very reminiscent of the Slapshot movie as this goes down for an icing against Plainview. First game of the season once again between these two squads. We mentioned the short bench briefly pregame for Plainview-Old Bethpage. Just 3 substitutions there on the bench. So they're going to try to get it done as a shot from the point gets through. Stopped by Surrey, cleared out. And getting back on it here for Massapequa is Nicholas Stella. Stella takes it wide behind his own goal, moves it up the boards. Benjamin Starr steps up. Chiefs coming ahead with speed. And it's knocked the other way, just past the stick of Jack Himes. Dumped in by Massapequa. Turned back around, James Dorlando gets to it in the corner. He's separated from the puck. Chiefs get it back. Down low, Stella. To the corner, Dorlando lost it behind the net. Up the boards it comes. Stella pinches down a couple steps to hold it in before it's cleared down the ice. This is not icing. Slowing up was Dean Zlatniski. Now he has to catch up to it. And evade the forecheck here of Plainview. Dumped down the ice, taken right back here by the Hawks. Sent down the ice. This one is an icing. And it will come back down the Plainview end. 13:42 left, just over a minute played in period number 1. Here in Varsity opening night for a few teams here tonight. Coming up next, we'll have Wantagh Seaford Plain Edge against Farmingdale. Face-off won by the Chiefs. Shot on goal. Easy stop for Surrey as he denied the point try from Anthony Dorlando. Meanwhile, on the other side, Massapequa full bench. Bit of a bigger roster compared to Plainview-Old Bethpage, but showing out in full force here tonight, trying to get their season off to a good start. Puck goes near side to far. Hawks trying to clear. It stays in and sweeps behind the net. And now it's Ari Clarfield trying to clear. Nearly gave it away. One of the Chiefs spills down. Getting back to his feet, Liam Stack as it comes to the point. Shot didn't make it through. Cleared away. Now back down low, right through the slot. No one could get a stick on it. Fighting it towards the front, Liam Bowman. Couldn't get it through. Out to the point it comes. Shot, blocker, save, and Surrey able to find the rebound at his feet and pounce on it. 12:56 left, period number 1. The Chiefs coming out firing to start. We're still scoreless. Faceoff will be to the left here of Surrey. Jesse Bordeaux will take it for Massapequa and win it. Dean Zlatniski goes down the wall. Pops up in the air. Zlatniski goes airborne to glove it down, hold it in, and the Chiefs right back to work. Going after it here is Chase Gindy. Nearly gave it away. It popped out towards the front, swept out of harm's way, and over the stick of Brandon Godsill, and back out to center. Massapequa right back in. Joseph Moringer on the deflection. Lucas Adona comes back to him. Banks it to the point. Zlatniski drags, fires a wrist shot. Standing save through a deflection that time from Surrey, and his team gets the clear. Under siege here in the early going is the netminder for Plainview-Old Bethpage as they try to get the puck back out here. Unable to do so on the first attempt. Now it gets tied up in Starr. Ben Starr on it. Off the glass, down the ice. No icing. Zlatniski. Bouncing puck, settle down here as the Hawks finally try to go to work in the offensive zone, but Massapequa able to clear and firing it down the ice. Adana. Hawks reset as the Chiefs make a couple changes. This is banked down the ice though, and it will be an icing here. Faceoff will come back down the Plainview-Old Bethpage end. That pass just hopped the stick of Starr. Be another face-off to the left of Surrey. And it's won by Massapequa. A quick shot from the circle, deflects high. The try coming that time from Nicholas Giarratano. Point shot, Iovino doesn't make it through. Couple point tries so far here for the Chiefs in the early going, but the Hawks doing a decent job of clogging up the lanes. Now it's skated out this time by A.J. DeStefano. Takes it wide. First try down the other end. Stopped with the glove by Pineda. First shot on for Plainview-Old Bethpage. It was a good one. Pineda, though, locked in early. As is Surrey, of course, down the other end. Around the boards, cleared out from well beyond the center red. This is an icing once again on the Hawks. A lot of new faces for the Massapequa Chiefs this season. Only 9 returning players, including 2 goaltenders. Pineda, one of them, face off, just held in. Zlatniski will just flip it towards the goal. That's some good air time there, but it's snagged by Surrey. Face off to the right this time of Judith Surrey. His team gets the face-off win. Back to the point it goes. Dorlando will swing it to the near side corner. A couple players lock horns, and coming away with it, Caleb Cohen reverses course. Held in by Zlatniski. Sweeps it right back around, far side to near. Centering pass in tight. Great defensive play that time. Driving to the goal was Matthew Moran. And it hopped over his stick in the slot. Getting on it, Ray Tao reverses course. Held in by Anthony Dorlando for a moment at least. And now skated out by Cohen. Flips it towards the net. Stick to the corner by Pineda. Banked right back down the ice. We get a whistle. I believe it hit someone in the Massapequa bench. And so the face-off will come back down in the Chiefs' end. This Plainview-Old Bethpage hasn't really had any sustained offense just yet, but they do have their first offensive zone draw here tonight. Taking it will be Chase Gindy. Tries to go forward with it, but it's hammered all the way around and out. Couple forecheckers in there for Massapequa, trying to dial up the heat. Centering pass hammered wide, that time by Stack. As he leaked open into the slot. Now he has it behind the net. Tries to center again. Didn't make it through. Stack behind the goal. Tied up by a couple blue jerseys. Stays with it though. Able to just work it free for a teammate. Pass down low. Centered in front. A couple whacks at it. We get a whistle. And we get the game's first penalty. It's against Plainview-Old Bethpage. It's a hooking call upcoming. First power play goes to Massapequa. This is against Gindy. 9:10 to go here in the first period. Still scoreless. Massapequa has controlled the betterment of the play so far, and they'll try to find their first goal here through the man advantage. But it starts with the Hawks clear. Back on it is Michael Ogurick. To Zlatniski. Some offensive forechecking pressure here from the Hawks. Finally, though, it's skated out by David Bordy. Over the line, a chance from the slot, fought off that time by Surrey. Bowman took the shot, it rolls behind. This is Stack. We get a whistle. I believe the net may have popped off. Yeah, it looks like the linesman will come in and readjust. So face-off will stay here in the Plainview-Old Bethpage zone. With 1:23 left on the power play. It looks like the Hawks got an extra reinforcement on the bench as a shot from the point from Ogurick sticked aside. Well, they did for a moment. Now he's headed back towards the locker room as the shot looking for deflection. Stack got a bit too much of it there. Deflected it into the wrong netting up over the glass. He'll take the face-off here. Lined up directly behind him is Bordy. Comes back to the point. This is Ogurick to the high slot. Drops it off Zlatniski. Has to move it quickly looking for the one-timer. Bordy was open. He fanned. Now centers it towards the front. Sent wide by Bowman. This is Bordy. Tries to step through. He'll go back to the point. Ogurick takes a wrister. It got through. Saves Surrey through traffic. 40 seconds left on the penalty. Bordy turning with it. Draws a man. Cuts back. Bordy from the goal line centers it through. Looks like the net may have popped off again as that pass went through everybody. Surrey went post to post a little too hard there. Knocked the net off. Exactly half a minute left on the penalty. We're 10 seconds shy of the halfway point of period number 1. Face off to the left here of Surrey. It's won back by Dorlando. Moving with it, Iovino shot. May have been deflected, went wide. Comes around to Stella and hopped his stick. And cleared out by the Hawks. Big clear, final 15 here of the power play. So they try to navigate this crucial kill in the early going of the hockey game. Bringing it in, Iovino dropped it off. Shot didn't make it through as the stick snapped that time. And it's cleared down the ice. That was James Dorlando's stick that failed him. He goes to the bench. As back on the ice comes Gindy. Huge kill for the Hawks. Now they try to start ahead offensively. It's turned right back around by Stella. Iovino looking for a path up the ice. Drops it off to a teammate in the form of Himes. Himes wraps it around the boards. Taken right back, fired to the near side, and it gets through Iovino and all the way down. Sent right back in by Massapequa. They go for a quick wholesale change here. 5 new skaters on for the Chiefs. Turned over in neutral ice. Moringer back in. Moringer drops it off. Chance from the slot. Stopped that time by Surrey. Tie up in the corner. Looks like we have another penalty upcoming. And we do. I believe this one's against Massapequa. And it is. That's Anthony Dorlando for hooking. So first power play tonight for Plainview-Old Bethpage. 6:04 to go, first period. We're still looking for our first goal here at the town of Oyster Bay Ice Skating Center. Who's going to take the face-off? It looks like it will be Caleb Cohen, directing traffic for the draw. They'll take it against Liam Stack. They tie up. Cohen comes away with it, back to the point. DeStefano trying to find a lane. He'll pass it down, get it back. DeStefano shoots, save made by Pineda. Stefano has both shots on goal so far for the Hawks. Pass ahead to Papandrea. Over the line, drops it off. Towards the slot, down low. Papandrea stopped. Rebound try off the outside of the goal. That was Cohen on the second attempt. Chiefs will skate it out and skate it in. Here's Dorlando over the line. Takes it wide, backhand try, stopped by Surrey. Rebound put off the apron. 1:10 left here on the power play. Good pass and a nice spin move by DeStefano. AJ DeStefano over the line. Tried to center it, could not. He was knocked down. Almost covered the puck there with his glove for a moment, and it's fought back out by Zlatniski. 5 minutes remaining here in the opening period. Scoreless. Welcome back. NYIHSHL Varsity Hockey here on the LI Sports Network. Dangerous pass that time. It's chipped ahead by Ari Clarfield, but it's sent right back out. Having the hustle back on that one is Cohen, with just about a half minute left here on the power play. Cohen 1-on-3. He'll bring it ahead by himself. Now 1-on-4. Works it to the corner. And gave it away. Puck available, though. And it's knocked deeper by Papandrea. Take it back by the Chiefs, however. And fired down the ice. And that'll almost kill the rest of this penalty. Meanwhile, it's a foot race, and the first one on it is Borney. And he'll look to kill the remainder of it. Centering pass. Nearly got through. Hawks take back possession. 2 seconds and 1 back on the ice to Orlando. And the Chiefs get the kill as he quickly goes off. Oguric as both teams now 0 for 1 with the man advantage. This is Stella. Wraps it around Iovino. Has plenty of ice to fire it up to. And that's a teammate in Stella. Now Bordeaux overskated it. Big check delivered that time on Star by Bordeaux. Right at the Hawks' blue line. Still able to work it a bit deeper, settling things down. O'Gurk stretches it on. Moringer drops it off to Adana. Adana backhand try towards the front, didn't make it through. Tie up in the corner. 2-on-2 now, 3-on-2 in favor of the Chiefs, and it comes free to Moringer. Didn't get much on that shot, missed wide. Try from the outside, shoulder stop by Surrey. Hawks able to clear. O'Gurk back on it. Just under 3 minutes left here in the scoreless first period. Deflected in by Moringer. Adana heads after it. Takes it behind the net. Left it behind, though. And it's fired out by DeStefano. Banked ahead by Godsill. Taken back by DeStefano. And he just wraps it around the boards. Pineda out of his goal to stop it. Godsill looking to clear. Now late in this period, can either team capture a late opening goal to take a lead into the proverbial locker room in a very brief intermission here in the NYIHSHL? Here's Godsill. Slatnitsky down the ice, intercepted by Tau. Quickly moved it. 2 minutes left here in period number 1. It's taken back by Moran. He starts ahead 3-on-3. Throws a pass across. It was deflected. Shane Renyak gets to it. Steers it to the side of the net where it's covered by Surrey. .102 seconds left here in the period. Another offensive zone faceoff for Massapequa. Late change here for Plainview. So get the 5 skaters they want back out there. Face off 1-2. Anthony Dorlando steered to the corner. One of the Chiefs lost his stick there, and it's taken by DeStefano. DeStefano finds some open ice to skate. AJ DeStefano over the line. Takes it wide. DeStefano looking for the centering pass. Shot didn't make it through. Steered towards the front. And it's kicked out by the left flipper of Pineda. Brendan Kilkenny gets the center red and dumps it in. DeStefano directing traffic. Looking for a path up the ice. Gets around one. Skates past another into the attacking zone. Had a stick lifted, though. Followed up by Cohen. And cleared out. Here's Massapequa in the final minute. Sent right back ahead. Cohen chips it around a Chief. Has a teammate going to the goal. Cohen takes it wide. Gets taken down and draws a penalty. And back to the power play. Go the Hawks of Plainview-Old, Bethpage, Island Trees. Try saying that 5 times fast. And it looks like Cohen's a little shaken up behind the play. As going to the box for the tripping call is Michael O'Gurk. Gets back to his feet now, and Cohen skating a little bit gingerly here. Well, he's a hockey player. It looks like at least he wants to stay on for the power play. And it looks like the coaching staff has no gripes with that. And in fact, he'll take the face off with all the snow on his jersey. 38.2 left in the period. Face-off win for the Hawks towards the goal. Shot blocked down and cleared by Stella. Still be a decent amount of power play time left for Plainview if they don't score before the end of the period. Instead, it's Massapequa going on the attack. Slatnitsky's pass didn't make it through. Tries a sharp angle try. That got blocked by Clarfield. Under 10. Slatnitsky Trying to get one last chance. Couldn't get it through. The Hawks clear it out to center, and that'll do it for period number 1. A minute 21 seconds of power play time still remaining for Plainview-Old Bethpage Island Trees to start the second. First varsity game of the year, scoreless through 1. We'll be back momentarily for the second period here for the NYIHSHL on LI Sports Network. And welcome back for the start of the period number 2 for the NYIHSHL Varsity opening night here on LI Sports Network for Plainview-Old Bethpage Island Trees against Massapequa, scoreless after 1. Not for a lack of chances. The period probably a bit more controlled by the Chiefs. Both teams took a penalty and a half. And I say that because there's still a minute and 21 seconds of power play time for the Hawks to start period number 2. On the tripping call from Michael O'Gurick. The trainer here tonight, Matthew Friedman, checked on Caleb Cohen, who got tripped and was a bit slow to get up there late in the first, but he appears to be okay. He is on the bench right now, or excuse me, he's out there for the start of period number 2, still centering that power play unit, which is now halfway through their time on the man advantage. And DeStefano brings it in. Back for Cohen. Cohen. Shot blocked. And then chipped out. Look out here, giving it a run. Short-handed is Himes. Himes fights through a check. Couldn't get his stick free. Refs keep their arms down. We play on. Surrey was able to sweep out harm's way. Zlatniski right back in. Takes the shot. Glove down by Judith Surrey. Just a half minute left here on this power play, which has probably seen the betterment of the chances so far for Massapequa. Cohen takes a big check. Nearly got sent into his own bench that time. And it's cleared ahead by Bowman. And just the final 10 of the power play. Stack gets tied up. He's just going to pin the puck here, run the final seconds off the clock. Set to return O'Gurick. He does. We're back to even strength. And the puck finds him as soon as he steps on the ice. He plays it right back down and goes to the bench, and we get a whistle. Not sure what the whistle was for. But the face-off is coming back to center ice. I thought it could have been a question initially if O'Gurick stepped on the ice before he played the puck, which he certainly did. But nonetheless, the face-off here at center ice. A minute and a half into the period. Look out, here's a chance. A breakaway moving into the backhand. Shot high and into the netting by James Dorlando. Golden opportunity that time for number 95 in white. Had a little bit of trouble settling in as he had a fierce back check behind him. Got a decent look away and kind of ran out of room there. Brady Campbell with you here from Bethpage, New York, alongside Rowan Laddick on the camera. Sam Musnick's right in the camera. Rowan Laddick on the board. Gabe Takuri operating our socials here tonight on the busy night at the high school level. Point shot, Surrey. Had no problem with it. Fought it off with the glove. A centering pass comes all the way through, and Udit Surrey got across. Chiefs starting to gain some momentum after that crucial kill to start the second period. Udit Surrey, though, has been great so far. Face off to the right of the aforementioned goalie of Plainview-Old Bethpage. And it's hammered around by Anthony Dorlando. Bordeaux trying to center, knocked away. And to the point, not out. Oguric holds it in. Tie up at the half wall. Hawks able to clear. Chip to open ice. Taken back by Gindy. Fumbled it a bit, just backhands it ahead. Down the ice it goes. This is Dorlando who turned it over, however. Gindy. Right back on it. Banked into the Chiefs zone, feathered right back out, and then fired right back in by Ray Tao. Dorlando wraps it all the way around. Moringer looking for the stretch pass, gave it away. Cohen couldn't get it to go. Oh, it doesn't get much more dangerous than that. Pass right to Cohen in the slot. Couldn't find the back of the net. Oguric on it now. Back to the point. Held in by Zlatniski. 11:40 left here in the second period. Still a long ways to go. Looking for our first goal. Oguric over the line. Offside. This team was in a change. Period of the long change here in the second. Turned into the period of the short change there. Chiefs not a long ways to go from that play. However, turn themselves in offside there. And a tie up at the circle. It's taken back by Bowman. Skates it in. Feeds it to the corner. Heads in after it. Bowman wins the race. Goes to Stack. Stack, no look try. May have been going wide. Still snagged by Surrey, and he gets the whistle. Face off to the left once again of the netminder. Stack tried to win it back. Didn't get anything on it really there. It gets taken to the half wall. Now to the point. Just held in. Second time held in as well. Now it's the Hawks looking to send an odd-man rush ahead, but the pass was intercepted that time by Dean Zatninski. Puck available. Held in. Zlatniski to the slot. Shoots, and it's fought off. I believe Surrey got a piece. And here's Cohen back the other way. Cohen driving. Gets taken down. Draws his second tripping call of the game as he crashes into the goal. Right back to the power play. Go the Hawks of Plainview-Old Bethpage. Looks to be okay again. And Dean Zlatniski, a chance down one in, the penalty down the other. Have to certainly admire the back check there, potentially saving a goal. Face off though to the right of Pineda. Swinging the foul ball, I suppose, that time. Holding it in was Klarfeld for the moment, but instead the Chiefs shorthanded, dangerous again. Shot towards the goal, deflects wide by Stack. Just looking to clear the head. They do, and it's a potential rush the other way. Hustling back, though, to keep it out of harm's way. Stella. And now the Chiefs turn it right back around. Stella, nice move to get through. Stella stumbles down, ran out of room, and it looks like he drew a penalty as well. Coming to the bench is Pineda for the extra attacker. With 1:10 left. Short-handed, Massapequa goes to work. A shot from the outside stopped. Puck still alive for the moment, and now we get the touch. So it'll be 1:03 of 4-on-4 hockey. As the official comes over to discuss with the Plainview-Old Bethpage bench. Still no one has come over to the box. Now we have a Hawk coming to the box, and we await the call still. .9:46 left here in period number 2. Once again, 1:03 of 4-on-4 hockey. There's a time for a team to get the opening goal. This would seemingly be it. And here's Cohen, starts it ahead to the outside. Trying the center was Papandrea. Couldn't get it through. Taken back by the Chiefs on that 2-on-1 attempt. Skated ahead, Iovino down the wing. Pulled the trigger, fired high. Hustling to keep it in. Orlando, and the chance in tight goes wide. Big rebound off the end boards. Couple whacks at it from Bordy. Couldn't get it back on goal, though. DeStefano clears it out. And from the red line, dumps right back in. Be about a minute of power play hockey for Massapequa in 10 seconds. Bordy from the red line will drop it off to Dorlando. Dorlando down the slot. Dorlando shoots looking high glove, a bit too high. Just under a minute left here on the power play now for Massapequa. As Letniski stepped out of the box, and it's cleared all the way down. So it appears the tripping call was actually on Judith Suri, the goaltender. Serving it is Ryan Silver, however, number 88. Centering pass, and Suri knocks the net off that time, and we get the whistle. 30 seconds left on the man advantage for Massapequa. Reminder, first of 2 here tonight at Town of Oyster Bay Ice Skating Center. The Farmingdale Dalers and Wantagh Seaford Plain Edge coming up next after the conclusion of this one. Face-off win, splits the defense a little too cleanly that time, and Ogurek will get back on it. Himes deflects it in. This is Gindy, gave it away. Himes on it. Behind the net, takes a big hit, perhaps too big. Another penalty upcoming. Hawks don't agree with the call, but it'll be a very brief 5-on-3 for 14 seconds. Roughing the penalty, and for the second time tonight, Gindy to the box. And Gindy very not happy with the call, as he'll get a misconduct as well. So he'll be in there a little while, and I believe another Hawk will now enter the box. We mentioned the short bench tonight for Plainview, and it's even shorter now with 3 players in the box. Serving the penalty will be Jack Landman after the misconduct. So golden opportunity here for the Chiefs. Not much time for 5-on-3. but just enough. And they win the faceoff. Shot gets through, saves Surrey. Chance to clear here for the Hawks. And they could not. Held in. Here's Stack. 2 seconds and 1. We're back to a 5-on-4. Centering pass to the slot. I'm not sure if Surrey saw it, but he made the save. 5-on-4 shot. Fought off by Surrey. That time on Stella. So now a minute 30 seconds left on Gindy's penalty. As we just passed the halfway point of the hockey game, we are still looking for goal number 1 for either side. Stella chops at it. Bouncing puck. A chance in tight. Surrey with the denial. You did, Surrey. Have yourself a night so far. He's been plenty busy. A minute 10 left here on the penalty. And Gindy did receive the 10-minute misconduct as well for unsportsmanlike conduct. Pass off to the left of Surrey. And it goes to the corner, bounces out towards the front. A couple players whacking at it at the side of the goal. Surrey holds his post. I believe the net popped off as well when the whistle came. And so we'll do it again from the same spot. James Dorlando to take the face-off for the Chiefs on the power play. They win it again. Zlatniski towards the front looking for the deflection. Save was made. The rebound hopped the stick of Bordy, who had a pretty open net to look at on the backhand. Couldn't get it through. Halfway through this penalty to Gindy. Turning at the line. Great edge work by Iovino. Then gave it away. The Hawks start back out. Bench calling for a penalty. None coming. Right back in comes Dorlando down the slot. Trying to find it. Chance in tight. Surrey holds his ground on the pinballing puck. Cohen off the glass and out. Zlatniski right back in. Down low. Centers it all the way through. And the Hawks 1-on-3 shorthanded up the ice. Flicks it in on goal. Stopped down by Jack Pineda. That'll just about do it here, though, for the Pequa power play. Fired back in around the net. Out of the box comes Landman. Gindy still in there for, I believe, at least the rest of this period. And Landman on the ice, and he's greeted rudely. Zlatniski stands him up. Bordy back in. We get a whistle, and I believe another penalty here. Bench minor, says the referee, as the Hawks were looking for the penalty on that hit. And right back to the power play goes Massapequa. Serving it will be Ben Starr. So after all that commotion, Landsman back on the bench, hunched over a little bit. Looks like he's shaking off that hit. Back to the power play goes Massapequa. Behind the net it goes to Stefano, and it hops the stick there. Takes a favorable bounce for Plainview. Past Anthony Dorlando and out. 5.5 left in the period. Over the line, O'Gurick tries to weave his way through. Does, runs out of the room, and his shot muffled wide. To the near side half wall. Back down. Moringer couldn't get through, and it's cleared out by DeStefano. The minute 20 left here on the penalty. Skating it ahead is Adana. Gurick's got to be careful. Towel all over him. That's Papandrea. Taken away and sent right back out. We're halfway through this power play. Still looking for really any chances for Massapequa as it was dumped in on goal. Surrey steers it aside. Now a chance right through the slot. It deflects. And cleared into the Massapequa bench. And out of play. And faceoff will stay inside the Plainview-Old Bethpage zone. With 41 seconds left here on the penalty. Tie up in the circle. Back to Zlatniski. Zlatniski towards the goal. Stick save to the blue line. Held in. Fired around by Stella. This is Bordy. Nice move. To the backhand. Moves it up top. Bowman moving with it. Down to the half wall. Stack. Turns. Stack to the corner. Tried to center the other man in the bumper spot that time. In the form of Bowman. Final 10 seconds here of the power play. Zlatniski towards the goal. In and out of the glove of Surrey. And another huge kill. Not out of the woods yet, though. A chance. Bordy in tight. Centers it towards the slot. Comes all the way through. A try save made. Rebound loose. And would it go? Still alive in the crease. The Chiefs whacking away at it. Another penalty upcoming, I believe, against Plainview again as we finally get the whistle. Judith Surrey comes up big again, keeping his team not only in it, tied. 3:22 left in the period as the Hawks starting to lose their discipline a little bit here in the latter stages of the second, hanging on to this scoreless tie by a thread. This is Cohen heading off. Face-off win for the Chiefs. Shot blocked down the slot. And it's cleared out by Plainview. No, it's not. It hit the linesman. And that allowed Massapequa to hold the line. A chance from no angle. The net pops off as Surrey kept it out. Chiefs bench up in arms as once again the net pops out behind Surrey. Cross-checking the call on Cohen. Dorlando to take the face-off. As looks like Surrey has a little bit of an equipment issue, I believe. All right, reaching in his net, he's actually going to install the neck protector. Have a teammate help him out. Never a bad idea as a goalie. Especially some of these Chiefs can absolutely bring it with their shots. That is Silver with the handiwork on the neck protector, and it looks like it's secure. Surrey ready to go, and we're ready to play hockey here. 1:43 left on this power play. And Plainview-Old Bethpage Island Trees trying to clear the zone, could not. All the way around it comes. Dorlando over skates. Down to the corner it goes. One of the Hawks lost an edge. Cross-ice feed. O'Gurick couldn't settle it. Goes up top. One-timer. Knocked down. And some time to clear. Just feathered out to neutral ice. Right back in. Godso. Off the glass. It hops off of O'Gurick. Swept down the ice. It looked like it could have been a breakaway that time for Silver. But not taking any chances of just getting it deep. That one high off the glass. Stays in play. Shot on. Surrey the save. Make sure there's no rebounds. So we're approaching the final 2 minutes here of the period. 46 seconds left on the power play. And Massapequa, it's got to be frustrating at this point. 6 total penalties taken by Plainview, some of which have overlapped with some Massapequa power plays, or penalties, I should say. Shot pass goes through the slot and intercepted once again. Taken behind by Bowman. Gave it away, and it's fired down the ice. Final half minute of the penalty. This is Latniski behind his own goal. Banks it off the kick plate to Bowman. Just gave it away. The clear down the ice. Fanned on, though. Moringer right back in. Dying seconds of the penalty. Cleared out, and once again, Island Trees. Plainview-Old, Bethpage, they navigate the penalty kill as Latniski shot wraps around high, and out of the box is Cohen. Puck finds him right in front of the Pequa bench, steers it down the ice. A little over a minute remaining in the middle frame. Here's Bowman. Drops it off. Shot goes wide. Landman gets locked up as we hit the final 60 seconds here of the period. Big time battle going on in the near side corner. It's feathered behind the net. Stella has it chopped past him and back out. To the appreciation of Chase Gindy in the penalty box with the stick taps. DeStefano flags it down in neutral ice. Half a minute left, he dumps it in. Zlatniski just backhands one, and it finds its way out and all the way down the ice. No icing. Clarfeld. Final rush here for Plainview. Can they get on the board? It will be a dump in from the blue line. Dying seconds. Can they get one last chance? Down low, just missed wide, and Plainview will run out of time. Scary scene for Pequa there just before the horn. A lot of scary scenes for Plainview, being shorthanded several times there in that second. But after 2, we're still scoreless. Final 15 of regulation time on the way next here for the NYIHSHL on LI Sports Network. And we are back, 15 minutes on the clock, period number 3. We are still looking for goal number 1 on the LI Sports Network for the New York Islanders High School Hockey League. Town of Oyster Bay Ice Skating Center here in Bethpage. Brady Campbell with you alongside Rowan Laddick on the board, Sam Musnick on the cameras, Gabe Takuri operating our socials tonight at LI Sports Network. And the puck is down on period number 3 between Plainview-Old, Bethpage, Island Trees, and Massapequa in game number 1 of the season for both squads. Shot on, fought off by Judith Surrey, who's been great tonight. Now 20 shots on, 20 stops. Just 4 shots down the other end on Jack Pineda. It's definitely a bit of a closer game than the shots would suggest. But Massapequa's had plenty of power play chances as well. Have come up empty. Breakaway down the other end for Caleb Cohen. Backhand poke checked away by Pineda. The biggest test he's faced tonight. He passes it with flying colors. 1 minute gone here in the third. Hit delivered that time as the puck ends up on goal. Pineda pounces on the puck. What a start to this third period. Caleb Cohen has had an interesting game. Got a bit shaken up when he drew a penalty, a tripping call. He's drawn 2 tripping calls here in this one. Had the breakaway there. Took a penalty himself. He's been very involved tonight. Nearly gave his team a crucial 1-0 lead. We stay scoreless. DeStefano clears it back out to center. Slotniski trying to find it. Comes through for Silver. Just touches it to an open area of the ice. Gonsil back down. Slows up, no icing. Turning with it is Gindy. Just flips it. That's Silver ahead of the pack. Zlatniski, though, is the only one back for Pequa. Makes a defensive play. And here goes Dean Zlatniski. Nearly gave it away. Puck free at the blue line. Gets back to his feet, though. Finds the puck, dumps it down. Surrey will leave it for a teammate in the form of DeStefano. DeStefano starting up ice with it over the line. Silver offside. Chase Gindy still in the box, serving a 10-minute misconduct after taking a penalty in the middle stages of the second. Should only be a few minutes left until he's out of the box. Both these teams looking to bounce back from tough seasons last year. Shot on. Surrey got a piece. To the corner it goes. Now here's Stella right back in. This is Clarfell behind his own goal. Turned over. To Orlando. Draws 2 defenders. Swept off his stick and back out. Very impressive, though, here tonight. As back in comes Pequa, and that's Stella to the outside. Stella tried to jam it. Save made. And then that pops off again. And the Pequa bench having none of it. So I'd say that's at least 5 times the net behind Surrey has come off its moorings. But no matter how you slice it, impressive nonetheless for Plainview-Old Bethpage. Just really 3 or 4 players on their bench here tonight. They started the game with 3. Compared to Massapequa, I mean, that's a full bench right there. And have only held their own, but currently still tied, scoreless. And he's really felt that way throughout, but I think it goes without saying that this next goal, which would be the first goal, would be a massive one. And the deeper we get into the hockey game, potentially the winner. Renyak over skates, had it knocked off his stick. Cohen skates it out. Cohen trying to turn the corner. Caleb Cohen to the circle, trying to stuff it. Save made Pineda. Caleb Cohen, another chance. Turning that into a partial breakaway, if you will. Didn't have much room, though, and Pineda holds his ground. So it looks like the official scorer is talking things over with Gindy about when he can leave the penalty box. Bouncing puck. Klarfeld holds it in, steers it behind the net. There hasn't really been much sustained momentum in the offensive zone tonight for Plainview-Old Bethpage Island Trees, other than maybe a couple chances on the power play. But 5-on-5, it's been relatively even, but a little bit more tilted in favor of Massapequa. Up the boards it goes. This is Dorlando. 4 minutes gone here in the third period. Drops it off to Zlatnitsky. Trying to keep it away from Cohen. Dumps it in, deflected, no icing. To the near side it goes. Idavino tried to center. Goes to the far point. Zlatnitsky holds, shoots, wide. Pinching down, Anthony Dorlando holds it in. Bordeaux keeps it moving. Up top, Anthony Dorlando. Tries to sweep it towards the front, turned back around. Here's Cohen. 1-on-1, now 1-on-2 as another defender hustles back. Takes it wide on Zlatnitsky. Turnaround shot, didn't make it. Cleared out, nearly hitting the scoreboard jumbotron there, right above center ice, all the way down icing. And then still stayed in play after hitting high on the top of the glass. And with that whistle, Chase Gindy back out of the penalty box. That is crucial for Plainview-Old Bethpage, and he'll stay on the ice as well for the faceoff. It's a tough misconduct when you're already at a short bench. Faceoff one back to the point. Shot ramps off a stick. And into the glass, we get a whistle. Looks like the net pops off this time behind Pineda. Net's not cooperating here tonight in Bethpage, as we are a tick under 10 minutes remaining in regulation time. Face off, one back towards the point. Look out though, Massapequa steals it away. 2-on-2 up the ice. Bordy centers it in front. What a save with the right toe. And a penalty upcoming. Down the ice, it's icing, but it's a penalty. And I believe it's against Pequa here. Into the box for his second trip is Michael O'Gurick. Roughing the call. 9:42 left. A big save down one end. It looked like there was a little bit of room. 5-hole. And just kicking out that right flipper, Udit Surrey keeps this game scoreless. And as his team move down the other end, they draw the penalty. Due to the icing, though, the face-off will start on the Hawks side of the center red, just outside their defensive zone. And it's won by the Chiefs. Zlatnitsky trying to keep it away from Cohen. And does. Ari Klarfeld in his own end. To A.J. DeStefano. Over the line, DeStefano, the defenseman, takes it wide, centers it towards the front. One-timer Fandon. Klarfeld holds it in, looking for the wrister, blocked down. There were plenty of Hawks in front if that got through, but Zlatnitsky to the rescue. Brings it in, short-handed, and scores! 9:12 left in period number 3. And it's a shorthanded goal for Massapequa. And they take the 1-0 lead. He gets the block down one end. Basically 1-on-3 though. Was able to work his way to the slot and fire that one high blocker to get the Chiefs on the board first. Still 90 seconds left on the power play for the Hawks, which now almost feels like must score. "35 minutes and 48 seconds, and finally our first goal, and that shot seemed to have fooled Pineda a little bit, but he got enough of it. Shot down low, deflects wide. To the point, held in. Shot again on Pineda, makes the save. Flipped high over the goal. DeStefano steps down, and it'll come back out to center. Cohen right back in. Replay that time by Bowman. Stole it away, but then gave it back up. Here's Cohen in the final half minute. To the point. Dropped off. Cohen at the half wall. Down to the circle. Cohen in the corner. Cohen back out to the point. Clarfell. Down for Cohen. Cohen trying to center. It got through to the slot. Bowman finds it. Trying to clear and does. And now Stack in the final second. Shorthanded. Stack a shot. Save a rebound try. Doesn't go. Have his net. Surrey that time moves it away. And Pequa gets the kill. They get the shorthanded goal. And they have the lead as we hit the halfway point of the final period. Near giveaway. It is a giveaway. Puck in the corner. Centering pass. Got through everyone in the blue jersey, though, and back out. Little over 7 minutes left. Hawks starting to pressure a little bit offensively here. Trying to get this game tied. Cohen. Cohen driving in, and he scores! You felt that it was only a matter of time before number 71 in blue breaks through. He slides it through Pineda, and just like that, we're tied. And that Massapequa lead only lasted for 2 minutes and 6 seconds. And the Hawks tie the game just like that. And we're right back to square one here with 7:06 remaining. Cohen, of course, his first of the season, a big one here for his team, and a much-deserved breather on the bench. As it looks like we have a equipment stoppage here for Udit Surrey down the other end. Looks to be his neck protector again. He's set to go. Hawks want them to drop this puck before Massapequa would think about challenging. They do. Not that there was any reason to, or I don't even think they can. But it's skated back out here by Plainview-Old Bethpage, who sends it down the ice. Zlatniski, the goal scorer for the Chiefs, clears it back out. Boy, are we set up for a finish here. Opening night for these two teams. Couldn't ask for a much better game. Near turnover there in the slot. As the Hawks finally break through, and they're starting to feel it a little bit. Chiefs coming back the other way, though. This is Bordeaux. His shot pops up in the air in the slot. Knocked away. Moringer gets to it. Zlatniski holds it in. Shot on. May have been deflected. Surrey, the top of his crease, makes a save. Bordeaux. There's DeStefano. Gets on it. Banks it down the ice. At least as far as center. Zlatniski turned it right back around. And now it's Adana. who feathers it back in. Under 6 minutes to play. Turnover behind the net. And the Chiefs back on it. Godsill right through the top of the crease. Stack down to the corner. He locks up with DeStefano there. In to help. That time was Gindy, but it's taken away by the Chiefs. To the point. Stella shot looking for a deflection. It goes all the way through and wide. This is Bowman. Couldn't get it through. Taken back and clear down the ice. Could it be an icing? It'll miss the goal, and it's an icing with 5:09 left. Slatniski's goal unassisted as he had the shot block and went down the other ice and scored. Caleb Cohen from Ryan Silver. The tying goal, 2 minutes, 6 seconds later. And Zlatniski, or excuse me, rather Surrey for Plainview. Another issue there with his neck guard, and teammate in to the rescue. Looks like Silver's his guy. Trying to get that neck guard secure. Reminder coming up next. Wantor Seaford Plain Edge. The Kings take on the Farmingdale Dalers. Opening game for those two teams as well. I'll start a little after the conclusion here of this one, which has 5:09 left in regulation. But the way this game has gone, it will take at least the full 5:09. Long stoppage here. So it looks like that neck guard is secure, at least for now. We hope for the rest of the game. Good work by Mr. Silver. Surrey set, and we're ready to go. Faceoff will be to the left of his crease. Stack against Cohen. And it comes right through. A shot blocker saves Surrey. So he got the stop that time on Bowman. 5 minutes remaining. Stack. Bordy up top. Stella for Bordy. Centers it. Blocked down. Cohen starts up ice. Cohen has a step to the outside. Cohen shot muffled in on goal. Sticked away by Pineda. Stella looking for over his options. It's chipped out, and now it's a foot race. And Bordy's going to get there. It's a 2-on-1. Bordy couldn't get the pass through. Klarfeld with the stick lift made the play. Held in by Pequa, though. Bowman stumbles down, nearly took the official with him. Nice move that time by Dorlando. His shot didn't make it through, though. And it's flipped out by Plainview, starting to get knocked back on their heels a little bit again. That slows up, though. No icing. Pequa completes a change, as does Plainview. And Iavino wraps it around the boards. Pass towards the front, deflected on goal, and another save. Slatniski. Defenseman takes it down low, trying to get the pass through. Could not. Takes it to the other side, and that puck just trickled through the crease. Get a whistle, and I believe once again the net ever so slightly that time, but indeed the net comes off its moorings with 3:36 left. And right off the face-off, Orlando, as he was going down to the ice, got the shot on along the ice, and a right pad save. Pequa pressing here late in regulation. Around the boards, down the ice, and this one looks like it will be an icing with 3:13 left. Chiefs will roll out A whole new 5-man unit here for the offensive zone faceoff. Hawks make a couple changes defensively, not like the NHL. They can make changes on the icing. And Stack will take the draw. Tie up in the circle. Bordy right through the slot, intercepted. And it's skated out by Klarfeld. Cohen to his right. Cohen steps and shoots, and that one almost handcuffed Pineda a little bit, but he snags it with the glove, gets the whistle. With a tick over 3 minutes remaining, and now an offensive zone faceoff for the Hawks. It's controlled by the Chiefs. They bring it back out. Intercepted, though, however, by the Hawks. Bowman took it back. And Bowman hits the deck. Knocked the puck away, though, and the Chiefs back in 2-on-2. Numbers if they press it, but it's taken away and cleared back out. Scoreless for most of this hockey game. 35 minutes and 48 seconds of it. 2 minutes, 12 seconds later, we're tied again. Cohen gets tripped up, it appeared. We play on. Pequa back in. Great defensive play by DeStefano. Cohen back to his feet as Klarfeld skates it in. Drops it to Cohen. Cohen across. Shot getting over Pineda. Well out of his crease. Cuts down the angle, makes the stop. 2:08 remaining. Silver denied that time. I believe we got a timeout call here. You face off deep in the Massapequa zone. Both these teams looking for win number 1 on the season. They're both a little over 2 minutes away from their first point, which is important no matter what. But we'll see if either team can steal 2 points away here in regulation. And not enough can be said about the goaltending. Judith Surrey has faced 25 shots, has stopped 24 of them. On the other end, not quite as busy is Jack Pineda. Only 10 shots. He stopped 9 of them, but pretty much all 10 have been very good chances. Long timeout here with just over 2 minutes remaining. Massapequa will send out their 5-man unit. Slatniski out there with Himes. Iavino with them as well. Bradeau. And it looks like James Dorlando. Meanwhile, on the other side, Papandrea, Cohen, Gindy, Klarfeld, and DeStefano. Near turnover in the slot off the faceoff win by Massapequa, and they got away with that one there. DeStefano with under 2 minutes to go now. Just feathers it ahead. Comes back to him. He couldn't find it. Slatniski was nearly in. Bordeaux couldn't catch up to it. Cleared back out. And down the ice it goes. This will be icing. Face off all the way back in the Massapequa zone. 101 seconds left in regulation. Cohen and Stack will do the honors. Stack kicks it free to the corner. It's reversed to the near side. First one on it, Nicholas Stella. 90 seconds on the clock. Slatniski ahead. Turnover at the blue line, held in. And the shot blocked. Tao couldn't get it through. Chiefs ahead with speed. That pass misses the net, though. Missed its intended target as well initially, all the way down. Icing in the minute 16 left, and another stoppage and another face-off deep in the Massapequa zone. Face-off to the right of Pineda. Stack and Cohen again. This time it's Cohen to the point. Klarfeld has to move it quickly. He does. Oguric around the boards. Klarfeld held it in. Puck was available, though, and now it's swept out by Himes. As we hit 1 minute left in regulation. If you like goal scoring, this wouldn't quite be the game for you, but it's been quite the showdown so far. Can either team steal 2 points away? Back to the point. Across. Shot doesn't make it through. Available in the circle. Chopped at. Pequa keeps it alive. Stack. Feathers it all the way around to the corner. DeStefano retrieves it in his skates. Reverses course for Klarfeld. Under 30 left. Saucer pass. Cohen settles by himself from the center red. Dumps it in. Final seconds of regulation. That was a dangerous play there, but the pass from Oguric got through. Final 10. Bordeaux down to the corner. Tied up around the boards. And it's cleared down the ice. And that'll do it for regulation. Well, we were scoreless after 2. We have goals, but we're right back where we started. Zlatniski shorthanded. Not very long after that, Cohen on that same power play. Or excuse me, just seconds after the power play. Tied the game at 1. 5-minute overtime on the way next for the NYIHSHL right here on the LI Sports Network. Well, we're back for a 5-minute overtime, and what a way to start the season for Plainview-Old, Bethpage, Island Trees, and Massapequa. 1-1 after regulation, scoreless through the first 35-plus minutes. Pequa took the lead on a shorthanded goal. Just over 2 minutes later, Plainview tied it. It's 3-on-3 for 5 minutes. Strap in. Game number 1 of the season. Zlatniski takes possession for Massapequa to start the overtime. He scored the shorty. Tries to reverse course. Tao on the pressure as the head forechecker here. Banked down the ice, and behind the defense there was Himes, but it goes past him and all the way down for icing. Himes, Latniski, and James Dorlando out there for Massapequa. On the other end, Caleb Cohen, who was skating a little gingerly there after the whistle. He has battle tonight. He's out there with Tao and DeStefano. Cohen trying to find it, couldn't get the shot through off the face-off. And then intercepts the clearing attempt. Back to Tao, 1 minute played here in overtime. Tao, Cohen, across, DeStefano looking, shooting, fought off by Pineda. Wraps around the boards and back out. Cohen on it, trying to turn the corner. Does Cohen. Takes it wide. Stumbles down, draws a penalty. To the power play. We'll go Plainview. To the bench goes Surrey. The third penalty drawn today by Caleb Cohen. DeStefano back in. Takes it wide. DeStefano. Turns the corner. Now we got the whistle. Hooking the call this time. Looks like the whistle was for, you guessed it, the net coming off. Zlatniski to the box for hooking. Hoping his team can get a massive kill. 3:16 left in regulation. In overtime. So it'll be a 4-on-3 here. Cohen with DeStefano, Tao, and Gindy, the fourth man. And it's won by the Hawks. DeStefano settles. Takes it to center point. Tao back for DeStefano. DeStefano pass a bit behind Tao, but he has time to regather. DeStefano, center point again. Pass in front of Tao. Settles. Tao, tough angle try. Blocked behind the net. Cohen. Back up top. Pass gets through. Cohen, does he have another in him? Cohen shoots! Just missed the top corner. DeStefano. So Cohen in the slot. Cohen tried to feed it down low. Pass blocked that time by Bordy. 1:10 on the power play. They'll just take it behind. Wrap try! Does it go? The other side. A shot blocked in front. It looked like he had Pineda on the wraparound. Somehow it stayed out. Shot from the point. Another save. Pequa trying to clear. And they can't. Cohen in the corner. Had a man driving toward the goal. Fumbled the puck a bit. 45 left on the penalty. 2 minutes left in overtime. Shot with traffic in front. Blocked down. And Pequa will clear. All the way on goal. Stopped down by Surrey. Pequa. Of course, this is a period of a long change. They're able to sneak a couple off the ice. DeStefano locked up by Stack. And that allows the Chiefs to take possession back. And flipped out. Final 15 of the penalty. Stack giving it a run. Tao beats him to it. DeStefano to Cohen. On for Tao. Final 10 of the penalty. And it pops up in the air and into the Plainview bench. With what should be a few seconds left on the penalty. The clock's still running. And we've hit 60 seconds to go in overtime. The penalty has expired, so we'll play 4-on-4 for now. Looks like we have a little bit of a clock issue there. Valuable seconds tick off here in overtime. Zlatniski tries to start ahead. Intercepted and sent cross ice by DeStefano. 40 left in overtime. On for Zlatniski. Zlatniski in. Cuts to the circle, fanned on the shot, take it back, shot fired wide, big rebound, just fired wide. Stack had an open net. Pass across, Zlatniski blocked down in front, big time block to Stefano, shaken up. 20 left, Pequa pressuring, Cohen the steal, gave it up, Dorlando. Cohen checks him to the boards, Zlatniski holds it in. Final 10 of OT, down the ice. And we get an icing with about 3 seconds left. The clock will run to zeros. Looks like the officials deliberating here, but it looks like that will be the conclusion of the hockey game. Still some confusion perhaps for the Hawks. Pequa, though, congratulating their goalie, Jack Pineda. Now doing the same will be the Hawks of Plainview-Old Bethpage, as this one ends in a tie. 1-1 the final score. How about that overtime? Plenty of chances. Liam Stack in the final seconds. Open net couldn't quite finish after the power play opportunities for the Hawks. And what a hockey game. Zlatniski, the shorty. And then just 2 minutes, 12 seconds later, Cohen tied it about midway through the third. And what a finish. Here, 1-1 tie between Plainview-Old, Bethpage, Island Trees, and Massapequa. They'll start their seasons 0-1. We'll be right back momentarily for a post-game interview, so stand by here on LI Sports Network. Welcome back here. Welcome back to the LI Sports Network post-game show after a 1-1 tie between Plainview-Old, Bethpage, Island Trees, and Massapequa. I'm here with Plainview goalie Udit Suri, and Udit, that was a wild opening game to the season. You made 24 saves in that 1-1 tie. Just kind of take me through that whole kind of hockey game, especially that third period going down the stretch. Obviously, you give one up, you get a clutch goal right back, though. What was that game like?
I mean, pre-game, it was looking rough. We only had 8 skaters in the locker room, me being one of them. So we didn't have a lot of hopes going into this game. We were really trying to hold them down to a couple of goals. But, you know, the team played great, honestly. Like, we held their shots to the outside. They didn't have a lot of opportunities, and everyone played their role.
Absolutely. And what can you say? You already mentioned the team in front of you. Caleb Cohen, though, I mean, he had a great night. He drew plenty of penalties, had a clutch goal. What was going through your mind really throughout kind of that sequence after, okay, I mean, you gave one up. You played phenomenal. You know, a tough shorthanded goal, but after Cohen scored that goal, what were the emotions for you and your team?
It was, I mean, like I was celebrating hard after that shorthanded goal. It was tough, but I mean, Caleb, he came back and he put one in deep, and that was huge for us, really.
It indeed was, because you start the season with a tie, which, you know, not really sure how to react to that, but you'll take it. But what does this kind of do for your confidence as a goalie, this type of game, and for your team moving forward? Just the first game of the season, but what can you kind of take out of this?
Really, we just gotta keep our foot on the pedal here. That was a good start, honestly, with 9 guys. I'm really happy walking out of here with a tie, but you know, our next game's tomorrow. We gotta keep going. We gotta get a win, and we gotta keep pushing.
Absolutely. Quick turnaround for you guys. Udit, thank you so much for joining me. Best of luck. Phenomenal game tonight. Good luck the rest of the season. Back here on the post-game show, if you will. The final score tonight, 1-1, Plainview-Old Bethpage. Island Trees, still a mouthful, but we get through it against Massapequa. Great game tonight. We just talked with Udit Surrey. 24 saves on 25 shots. Great performance between him and Jack Pineda down the other end for Massapequa. We got Farmingdale coming up against Wantagh Seaford Plain Edge. Be sure to tune in for that one. We'll be signing off here for this one, though, for Rowan Laddick on the board, Sam Musnick on the camera, and Gabe Takuri operating our socials tonight. I'm Brady Campbell signing off. The final score, the Plainview-Old Bethpage Island Tree Hawks 1, Massapequa Chiefs 1. You've been tuned in to the New York Islanders High School Hockey League on the LI Sports Network.